You ever find yourself standing in front of a dusty window, heart set on something that's got no reason to ever be yours? Yeah, that was me 12 years old, shoes full of holes, pockets empty, staring through the glass at a rusty old bike I could only dream about. Folks in Willow Creek, they move slow, like time drips instead of ticks. You know what I mean? Sun hangs long in the sky, and the air always smells a little bit like honeysuckle and motor oil. But I wasn't standing out there for me. No, I wanted that bike for Mamie, little sister who couldn't walk right, who spent more time staring at the ceiling than out the window, dreaming of seeing the tracks on the far side of town where the sun sets the rails on fire. That bike wasn't much shred paint peeling, back seat barely hanging on, rust freckles everywhere, but every morning I'd plant myself outside Stone Cycle Works and just watch it. Inside, old Arthur Stone would watch me, too, pretending to polish handlebars, but mostly just peering through the grime. Word around town was you didn't mess with Arthur. Kids said his stare could turn you to stone. Maybe that's why he never talked much. Maybe he just didn't see the point. But I wasn't scared of him. I figured he'd ignore me, like everyone else did. One day, when the heat was so thick it felt like you were breathing syrup, Arthur finally stepped out onto the porch, his rag as old as the stories about him. "You planning to stare at that thing till it rides itself home?" he grumbled, not quite looking at me. I pulled my hat down, mumbled, "I just want to take my sister somewhere. She's never seen the Whispering Tracks." He stared at me, hard, then told me straight the bike didn't work, seat snapped, gears slipped, good for nothing but scrap. I just nodded. I can learn. Maybe I can fix it. She can't walk far, but if I had that bike, my voice trailed off, not because I was embarrassed, but because asking for help never got you much in Willow Creek. Arthur just looked at me for a long moment, then turned back inside, door slapping shut behind him. That night, though, he didn't lock up like usual. He hung around the shop, staring at that bike, running his hand over the frame. Guess something about the way I stood there quiet, patient must have got to him. Or maybe he just remembered what it was like to want something more than you wanted to breathe. Next afternoon, same routine on the porch, Arthur watching from inside. I found a screwdriver in the dirt, wiped it off, set it on the workbench just inside the door. He didn't say a word. But after that, it was like we had an unspoken agreement. I'd sweep up, organize nuts and bolts, hand him tools when he reached for them. He'd give me a nod, sometimes a grunt. That was all the thanks I needed. Over the weeks, I started asking him stuff not to kill the silence, but because I wanted to know. Why some brakes squeal? Why rust eats through metal faster on some bikes than others? He'd answer in that slow, measured way of his. Never wasted a word. I soaked up everything. Sometimes I'd bring my sketchbook, drawing ways to fix up the bike from Maya bigger seat, stronger frame, even a harness so she wouldn't fall. Arthur saw those sketches once, didn't say a thing, just handed the page back to me. But that night, I saw him staring at the bike longer than usual. It was turning from a pile of junk into a promise. Then came a Saturday when my mom dropped Maya and me off. Maya, in her lavender dress, crutch propped beside her, smiling so bright you almost forgot about her bad leg. She saw the bike through the window, and her face lit up like she was looking at a spaceship. "If you fix it, will you take me to see the tracks?" she whispered. That question, so simple, twisted something sharp in Arthur's chest. I saw it. I think he felt it, too. Later that day, I scraped together 2 crumpled dollars and some coins, dropped them in this old jar on the shelf, faded label read, "Hope Jar." Told Arthur I'd keep saving, just don't sell the bike yet. He didn't answer, but that jar, it felt like a deal between us, silent but binding. One Thursday, after school, I came to the shop and froze the bike was gone. Just a dusty outline where it used to be. Arthur barely looked up, said some guy came by, paid cash, took it. My Hope Jar money still sat on the shelf, untouched. I nodded, trying not to let it show how bad that stung. "Right. Someone came first," I said, walking out heavy as lead. Truth was, Arthur hadn't sold it. He'd hidden it in the back, already taking it apart to build something new, something better, just for us. That night, he worked late, fixing the frame, welding, sewing a new seat by hand, something wide and soft, with straps for Maya. He planned to surprise us for my birthday, leave it on our porch with just a note signed, "A friend." But after seeing the hurt in my eyes, he wasn't sure anymore. Sometimes, the best plans get sideswiped by feelings you didn't plan on having. Come Sunday morning, 3 soft knocks at our door woke us up. No one around, but a big shape on the porch, wrapped in tarp. My mom called me, voice shaky. I opened the tarp, hands trembling, found the bike not the one I dreamed about, but better. Brand new coat of paint, reinforced seat for Maya, even a silly yellow duck horn tied with purple ribbon. The note read, "The world needs more movement, not permission. Happy birthday, Caleb." A friend. I didn't say a word. Didn't need to. Maya was behind me, crutch tapping, eyes huge. "Is it for us?" I nodded, helped her into the seat, strapped her in, saw her smile with something close to freedom. We set off down Maple Street, then Granger Avenue, neighbors peeking out, some waving, but I saw none of it. All I saw was the road ahead and Maya's hair flying in the wind. We didn't stop till we hit the orchard, tracks glowing in the evening sun. We sat there for hours, the bike's wheels spinning, refusing to stand still. Arthur watched us from his porch, hidden by the door, not smiling, but softer somehow. Shop was closed that day, but the hope jar caught the light in the window. He didn't need thanks, just that image, 2 kids finally moving forward. 10 years passed. Willow Creek aged, tracks swallowed by weeds, but that memory never rusted. I came back one summer, taller, older, a little more world-worn. Shop was shut, but the porch still creaked the same. Inside, dust and sunlight everywhere and on the shelf, the hope jar waiting. Inside, a note in Arthur's handwriting. "If the boy comes back, give him this. He'll understand." The note said, "Some children dream out loud. This one dreamed with his hands." I didn't fix that bike for charity. I fixed it because I saw something I thought I'd lost in myself. The world owes you nothing, and still it waits for your footprints. Arthur had passed 3 years before. No ceremony, just a line in the town record. But this was the real eulogia shop, a memory, a boy who learned the world doesn't give, but sometimes it lets you make your own way. I left the note in the jar, didn't take a thing. Some legacies, you carry them with you. As I stepped outside, storm rolling in, I looked down the street toward the orchard and smiled, not because of what was gone, but what was found. Somewhere behind me, the old shop sign rattled, almost like a laugh. What do you think, folks? Does kindness change a life, or is it just a drop in the bucket? Did Arthur owe me anything, or did I owe him? Tell me where you stand. Hit like, subscribe, and let's keep this conversation rolling, because sometimes the world needs more movement, not just permission.